Today's video is all about color grading. Color grading is a job in post-production, much like editor is a job in post-production. Color grading is specifically something that an individual or a department will be tasked with doing. There's a quick screenshot on at the moment showing a side-by-side of before and after. Historically and famously, The Matrix was a film that was color graded to have a green overlay, and every single frame was specifically manipulated in post-production. Okay. Other genres, post-apocalyptic in particular, may well have a washed out grey or desaturated color palette. And I'm going to show you how to do that to your footage in Premiere Pro today. I would recommend that you color grade every individual clip specifically, perhaps after having put your clips in your chronological narrative order. So I've got a clip here from a student. It's quite a decent shot. It's very well shot in terms of ambitious camera angles, for example. Nice low angle there. Okay, nice walk from the foreground into the background. As far as the lighting is concerned, it's probably well lit in respect to having been filmed clearly in the middle of the day in perhaps the nice soft winter ambient light. Okay. But there will be some things in post-production we can do to this to make it look perhaps more genre appropriate to our horror slash thriller slash post-apocalyptic narratives. There will be individual things you can do to the footage, perhaps using filters that you might recognize from Instagram: brightness, contrast, saturation, desaturation, and the radial gradient around the outside of the frame. I've created a Photoshop document that I would like you to use. I refer to it as a Top Gear lens because it is something that they use quite famously on Top Gear to make the cars look more aesthetically pleasing. It makes the bevels of all the cars and the body and the chassis look rounder and they give it more depth. So it does make the cars look more attractive, but it is a process I would like you to apply to your clips. So if you import into your project area the Top Gear lens.psd document and drag it onto your timeline, hopefully onto the highestmost layer that you have above your footage. This is what this clip looks like so far. This is what this clip looks like now. Okay, so hopefully you can appreciate that that has actually added a little bit more depth to it. There's perhaps a little bit more ambient low-key lighting, perhaps, in respect to the tone and maybe the danger of this clip now. Perhaps you could argue it's perhaps a little bit too dark, so we can reduce the opacity of the PSD document here and then adjust it accordingly. So perhaps maybe somewhere there. And if I put the eye toggle on and off, you'll see the effect of that in action. So hopefully you can appreciate that it does look better with it on. Other things we can do to the footage, I'll take that off for now, is if you click the footage and go down in your effects panel, the effects controls panel, and also in your effects panel over here, you can drag color balance HLS. The easiest way to find that is by typing HLS and it just pops up. Drag that onto the clip itself and it will appear in the effects controls here for us to manipulate. So for example, we might then resaturate some of those colors. Okay. Obviously you can't go too far to a degree where it looks ridiculous, or maybe if you're doing some sort of trippy dream sequence, that might be actually what you want. But maybe just there, you can perhaps see that some of those greens get a little bit greener, and that might be better. Or again, if we're going for a post-apocalyptic vibe, we might want to desaturate it even further, perhaps, and wash it out a little bit more. Maybe not completely black and white, although I appreciate perhaps a flashback may well be filmed in black and white, and that is how you would do that. Fully desaturate all colors, but there may well be a happy medium perhaps in the middle. Okay. Perhaps applying the Top Gear lens as well may well be something you might want to do. So we've got the radial gradient around the outside and we've desaturated the colors. If I perhaps put that side by side with the same clip before and after, you can hopefully appreciate that it looks better. Okay, and there you go. That's color grading. Please apply a combination of effects to all of your clips: the Top Gear radial gradient, the HLS color balance, and brightness and contrast. To get brightness and contrast, just type brightness and contrast, apply it to a clip, and again it will appear in the effects controls for you to do something with. Okay. Thank you for watching.